Hey up everybody, my name's Joshua Morrison, director of Johnny Moz's Lessons in Confidence, and today I wanted to do a video that has actually been requested for quite some time, and it's a colour grading tutorial. So I thought I would actually expand that and just make an entire video on the editing of these videos. So here I have one video ready to go. This one is about music, and as you can see, if I go into it, you see that there's these kind of very high spikes. That's me clapping. Right, and you see that it's in full sort of screen, right? So what I tend to do, I get these. These are 133 silent film. You literally just go on, you just Google 4:3 overlay, right? Here we are. I think I use this one, I'm not sure. They're all the same, it's just black bars. So yeah, you click download on this, right? There it is. Where's 4:3? What's the difference between vintage and normal? There's that, and then there's a vintage one. Should we try the vintage one? Let's do something a bit wacky. Try something new. So here we have our 4:3 vintage one. Let's see if this is any good. Okay, so it's obviously one that you need to shrink down or something like that. So you go into effect controls and you do scale. And here we are. Oh no. No, I don't like it. If it had some movement to it, it would be alright, but nah. We're going to stick with the classic 4:3 aspect ratio. So here is one where I tried to do a video, and I got about 2 minutes in, I realised it was a load of shite. So that's me clapping again, just to sort of tell myself in the editing process, don't bother with the first stuff. Don't include that because it's a load of shite. So I'm going to just get rid of all of that and put a cut there just so that I can remind myself, because I need to now go in and get my, where have I put it? Is it in the downloads? Yeah, here it is. So let me just go into this, copy this over onto here. So I've got the Johnny Moz project here, and this is just older videos. So I don't even know what these videos are. Oh, it's when I went to, when I wore this, it was probably the last day where I could actually do this and just wear something nice and small and you know, not 4 jackets. So now I wear the same jacket in every single video, and it's a bit, I'd like to have some variation, you know. So here we are. Okay, so it looks like I stopped the recording on the, no, it doesn't actually. Why is it? Thanks. So wait, what is this?
I'm going to be doing a little bit of a compilation video regarding...
Oh, it's that bloody thing. Okay, that means that I need to actually go in and... I mean, it's somewhere. Here. 17.2. It's 17.2. That's 17... Oh, it's 17.1, sorry. So I go onto this. I upload it from my phone, so right now it's recording on this. So I don't know if you can see that. This is an app called, what's it called? Easy Voice Recorder. They all probably do the same thing, but that's the one I use. And so that's currently uploading. Oh no, it's downloading, sorry. There we are, so that's going to download. Cool, 90 megabytes. And that just goes into this. This looks like it's going to be a decent sized video. I prefer when it's cloudy days because, as you can see, it's kind of consistent throughout. Towards the end, it starts to get a little bit dark. I tend to film these videos a bit stupidly close to sunset, which means that I'm fighting the time, and so as I'm talking, I tend to slowly get cast in shadow and darkness. So that's a little bit irritating, to be honest. And the way that I do that is, I'll show you that at the end. So stay tuned for the video that's still going on. So if I go into the Johnny Moz project 26, cool, and then I go into downloads. Right, here's 17.1, brilliant. So put that in there. Excelente, and now we got to sync this up. So the way that you sync these up, you want show audio time units. You see that? That's very important. That click that because it allows you to get really precise, more so than if you just stick with the frames, because then there's only so far you can zoom in, and I can move it like this, and you see I can't quite get it to match. Right, bit irritating, right? So if I go in, bam, I can match it exactly perfectly. Tiny bit over there. That looks about right. Cool. Sweet. So now I take that off because if I cut with that activated, it kind of leaves like the audio like 1.5 or 1/1000th of a frame over rather than, you know, just being exact like that, which is what I want. I want a nice clean sweep, clean slice, sorry.
Everybody.
And I like to get it right into it because it's all about the engagement as well. If people see it and there's just like me, just like, hey up everybody, my name's etc., then you might click off in that extra little second. It makes the body sort of go, ooh, or the brain go, ooh, I can't be bothered with this.
Hey up everybody. My name's Joshua Morrison.
Okay, sweet, that all looks good. And then I go to the end. This one, what do I say at the end? I can't hear all that either. Oh, it's a joke that kind of didn't work, so it doesn't need that bit. What does that say?
Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
So this is the real audio.
Right on time.
Yeah, I was trying to make a joke about how I needed to catch that train, and obviously I don't need to catch that train. Like the idea that the train's speeding past is a dumb joke. Didn't work. So I go into the video and I go to -30. I like to have a little bit of ambiance, room sound is what it's known as professionally. And then on here, so I'm going to just show you what goes on here, just so that I can give you an idea. So I've got a single band compressor, which I think is just set to voice level, and I think that's just the bog standard thing. I'm going to bring that down like a tiny bit. Don't really need to. And then it's got a parametric equalizer. That basically just cuts off the harsh sounds. If I show you, right, here's whatever video this is.
Films, we go up north.
Oh, it's this video, okay. So this is what the video sounds like with the
and
effects.
we'd be filming a feature film, but in between we would film these little like quite fun shorts, and we would just do them in a day or a couple hours.
See, so it doesn't like change much, but it just gives it that tiny little something. I think the compression helps to give it a little bit more of a professional, YouTube-y kind of feel. So I like to go on gain and just maybe 7.5 is what I tend to go for. I want to get the bars up here on the side to around -7.
If people enjoy what you're doing, they're going to enjoy what you're doing.
Sounds a bit much. Sounds a bit much. I'm going to try one
If
lower.
you've got $1 million behind you or you've got $1 behind you, it really doesn't matter because what you are, what you're trying to do and what you're trying to create is unique to you and no one else can replicate that but you. And that in itself is
sweet. So now the bit that people actually want to hear about, which is the color grading. So I'm going to go in and it's different on the laptop. The laptop is here. I sometimes do edits on this. Sometimes I edit 2 videos at the same time. One on here and one on here, and I let this export and then work on this while that's exporting, and then this exports, and then I work on video here, and then I just kind of switch back and forth. That's if I've got a big backlog. Say if I've done like 10 videos in a day. Which I've only done twice so far, so ooh, that was a solid crack of the back, that. Nice. So I like to go into my LUT. So if I'm on the computer, I've got some LUT packs that I quite like. I don't think chemical's going to work for this. Let's see. Nah, not keen. Not keen. Let's see. I don't think neon. Neon's kind of all right. Neon could be okay. If I bring down the contrast, bring up the shadows, bring up the blacks a tiny bit. I want my black jacket to not be completely pitch black. So sometimes a bit of faded film helps with that. I think this little bit of faded film here is what gives it, because I've noticed a lot of people saying that it's got kind of a 70s thing to it. And I think maybe the faded film is why, because I mean, look, it's a camera from 2012. It's not from like 1972. It's a solid bit of kit, that. Sure. I don't sharpen, I don't do vibrance. I like to mess around. Ooh, normally I don't mess around with the saturation, but that actually looks kind of good. I kind of like that. Okay, that's all right. And then what I tend to do, don't know if it's going to work on this one. Do you see how it gives it a little bit of a pop? It separates me from the background slightly. So I just bring the bottom bit of the curve down. That's the shadows down there. And then the further you go, it gets towards the mids, and then the highlights up here. And I presume you already know basics of color correction. I'm not going to explain these things like you don't know. Let's see if a bit of cool. A bit of cool does work. Yeah, bringing it down a little bit. That's quite nice. I like giving them a bit, because it's winter. I want to give it a bit of a wintry sort of misery feel. And because lately, been getting into this Polaroid sort of thing. I don't have a Polaroid camera, but I enjoy Polaroids now, and I enjoy the sort of look that comes with a Polaroid. Hang on, let me get an actual picture. Oh, they're stuck in a really awkward place. Hang on. Hang on, hang on, hang on. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. So there you are. So that's the Polaroid. Do you see how it's got this kind of greenness to it? There's a heavy greenness to it. So it doesn't look like real. Like when I started color grading, I've been color grading for a few years, not professionally, literally just like this. I'm not a professional color grader by any stretch of the imagination, so why people are asking me for a color grading tutorial is honestly beyond my comprehension. I was always trying to replicate reality with more contrasty sort of looks and stuff like that. And I've kind of lately been using these videos as a way of expanding my creativity and just trying new things. Like I don't always do it this way. Sometimes I go in this, and sometimes I recently experimented doing the bleach HDR. That sometimes gives it a nice high contrasty sort of late 80s, early 90s kind of grunge look. I'm fairly happy with that. Let's compare it to the original. I think it needs, let's have a look at the lumetri. It might be a little bit low. It's a tiny bit low. Let's see. Bring the highlights up, I think. Ooh, yes, now we're talking, now we're talking. Right, copy that onto the other clip because it's just a continuation of the same clip. Ooh, yeah, so now what we're gonna have to do, I do this, and where does it stop working? Kind of irritating that it stops right on the curve because I can't do a transition there. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm going to bring up the exposure by, yeah, about a bit less, about that. Let's bring the blacks up a tiny bit, too much, about right, yes. And then bring those up ever so slightly, yeah, that looks good. Oh, actually, bring that back down, bring that a bit higher. Maybe try putting a third one in there. You just try something. If it feels like it's not working, it's nice to just... I liked a bit of that, but that was too much. Oh, okay. The end of the videos are a bit harder because it's usually darker. So, okay, I'm all right with that. It's not brilliant, but I'm not out to try and get the perfect color grade. With these videos, I literally spend maybe 10 minutes max on the color grade, and that's why I'm so shocked that people are asking for a color grade tutorial, because this is kind of it. This is not how, I don't think this is how you're meant to do it, by the way, in terms of blending two different color grades on the same clip. I don't think you're meant to use a cross dissolve for it, but I do, and no one's like pointed it out and gone, "Oh, you're doing it wrong." So I'm fine with it. So that is a, what's that? How long is that? 15-minute video. I'm pretty happy with that. Also, I've forgotten what this video is about. I recorded this today.
Johnny Moz's Lessons in Confidence.
I know whose
Today,
Lessons in
I want to
Confidence
talk to you
it
a
is.
little bit about making music and how I made 20 albums in 3 years. And
Oh yeah, that was it. Okay, sweet. So then I go on here, export. The settings are already saved for me. I might actually need to bring it up. Oh no, I've fucked the settings. So let's go to 14, and then this one goes to like not 62. I said 17. Whatever. Okay, and then I just give it a name. What should I call it? How I made 20 albums in 3 years. Actually, just before I actually do that, I'm going to go in and make the thumbnail. So what I do the thumbnails in Premiere because it's just easier, and you can too. Sweet. That looks good. Oh, I like the way that I'm kind of looking up at the text. I think there'll be a frame that I can use there. So I use the Futura font. Sometimes I use the League Spartan font, but they do the same sort of thing. Shadow, bring the shadow most of the way to 100%, make it black. Let's see, bring that down, bring that up. Should bring that down a little bit. Okay, let's see, let's try 150. 150 looks like it'll work. Ooh, just! Very nice. I like putting them at the top because no one can, like, the timestamp thing on the YouTube thumbnail doesn't get in the way or anything like that. So I like putting them at the top. It's where people are also used to seeing them on text and thumbnails and stuff. I feel like I could get away with 155. Yeah, I can get away with 155. Okay, I can't. I need to maybe do a bit of kerning to it. So let's maybe say -10. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Actually, sod that. I'm going to do it in lowercase and make it a bit more like it's a personal thing. Single full stop. Ooh, I like that. And then you want it to not quite be centered. You don't want centered for this sort of thing. Okay, sweet. And now it's just a case of now I'm just trying to find a good frame. So okay, I'm going to shut that up because that's going to be kind of irritating. I need to find one where I look. Ooh, I might be actually pointing there. Point. So now I just need to get. Oh, please point in the way I want. No, my hair's covering it. So no, I need. Plus, I need the face. Oh. That looks good. That's got kind of a casual look. Now I take it and drag it down and make sure that you can actually read the text. I'm struggling, so I think it needs more shadow. So we're going to expand the shadow out a little bit. A little bit like that. Nope, not that much. Not that much. Nope. I think 8 was good. Now let's just go down, make sure that you can actually read it, and you can too. Maybe this. Let's try an ellipses. No, that looks stupid. Okay, sweet, we got it. That's the thumbnail, and now I just save it as a JPEG screenshot. You press that little button there. Cool, that can fuck off. And export, and what did I call? I think I copy pasted it, but I might have gotten rid of the copy paste. No, how I made 20 albums in 3 years. Sorted. So there we are. That's the video exporting now. That's going to be out, let's see, it's the 13th today. It will be out 14th at 2:30 AM my time, which, because I've got more of an American audience, I think that works out to like evening for them. Plus, for the British audience, if someone's struggling to go to sleep, 2:30 kind of works because they see the video and like they're struggling to sleep. And it's a calming voice sort of thing, so they might think, oh, I might give it a shot. So that's why I upload at this sort of time. I've experimented with different times. I try different things. And yeah, that's how you do it. There's really not much to it. There's no magic behind it. And I'm not a professional color grader. And I hope now that you've seen behind the curtain, you can go in the comments and point out exactly how I'm doing it incorrectly. Because I would love to learn and improve my craft as a color grader and actually get better at this, so that I can create better videos and then take this and extrapolate this skill towards more professional films and stuff like that, where I need to do more of an actual in-depth color grade and get everything actually perfected and so on and so forth. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a good rest of the day. Let me know what you thought of the color grading in particular. If you have any tips or tricks that you'd like to present unto me and the rest of us, please share them in the comments. Yeah, thank you very much for sticking around, and have a good rest of the day, and I suppose a good rest of the year really, because what's it, the 13th, so there's not much left. So go out there, have a good rest of the year, and stay safe. Bye.